Hello. I thought today it would be well for us to get acquainted a little better about my younger years, and my children have told me I need to tell some stories of my growing up to so that you know where I'm coming from and my basis for being a professional horseman. I went to a small school in Newcastle, Oklahoma. There were, in my graduating class, there were 26 of us. I think 19 of us started the first grade together. We had a farm that some might call a ranch, but it was too small in our mind at that time to be called a ranch. We did have beef cattle, we had a small dairy herd, we raised hogs and chickens and sheep, and but we made a lot of our living on what they call diversified farming. We grew truck crops. We had lots of watermelons, cantaloupes, black-eyed peas, green beans, and lots of tomatoes. And so I'm the youngest of four boys. And so as we were growing up, uh, typical to Oklahoma, we worked a lot of times from can't see in the morning to can't see at night, taking care of the crops and the animals and whatnot. We rode horses because horses were a tool. They were a tool to work with the beef and with the dairy cattle, plus the fun part of having a horse as well. In high school, I was in FFA and was that's Future Farmers of America. Lots of good memories from there and good learning. I was on the high school livestock judging team and won the state of Oklahoma as the top livestock judge in the state. So I have grew up around livestock and handled it a lot. When it came time to go to college, though, my older brother had gone to Oklahoma State University, and Denny had graduated from there with a metallurgy degree out of the School of Engineering. Because I was good in math, Mother said, "Lee, you need to be an engineer." So I enrolled in the School of Engineering at Oklahoma State. I want to tell you about two classes I had at Oklahoma State that changed my life. The first one was that first semester, sandwiched in with all the general education classes, the English and social studies and history that you have to teach or take. I had a class called Engineering Orientation. It was to orient new students into the School of Engineering and get you acquainted with what engineers do and what the school does. Well, halfway through the first semester, our professor asked us to write a paper about what we had learned so far in this class. Then the next day at class, after we had handed that in, he read mine to the class. And he said, "This is what this class is for." Because I started out my paper by saying, I don't want to drive anybody's train. I didn't want to be an engineer. So at midterm, I switched to the School of Agriculture, back to my comfort zone. And of course, still had to take all of the general education classes, and that was okay. But I got to start taking a few classes toward animal science and toward crops and the things that I had grown up with and was familiar with. Because I had been in livestock judging in high school, I tried out for the Oklahoma State livestock judging team, which was one of the very best in the nation. I was fortunate enough to get a position on that team, and my senior year in college, we won the American Roll, the collegiate division, so that we were the top judging team in the nation. Along with that, I said there were two classes. The next class that I was enrolled in that changed my life to a large degree was a class my senior year in college. It was called Horse Production. And there were some prerequisites that you were supposed to take to get into this class. Now, in this class of horse production, being a senior level class, we had 45 boys that were all seniors, and there were 3 girls in the class. Now, 2 of the girls, Cherry Easterly and Patsy Nix, were in the School of Agriculture. Both of them beautiful young women, but they were strong-willed and strong-minded In fact, they could probably outdrink most of the boys in the class and could outcuss them, I'm pretty sure. And this third girl was a little petite blonde. And I thought to myself, why in the world is a girl like that doing in the School of Agriculture? I hadn't seen her in any other classes in the college in the 4 years that I'd been there. And the horse production class had some prerequisites. And I wondered, why in the world could she be there? Tomorrow you get to find out.